The secret my mom took to her grave and how I finally uncovered it. I used to think my mom was just private. You know, one of those people who kept their past locked away like an old attic box. But after she died, I realized she wasn't just private. She was hiding something. And that secret changed everything I thought I knew about my family, my childhood, and even who I am. Growing up in Vermont, my mom, Karen, was the kind of woman everyone admired. Hardworking, polite, always first to bake cookies for the church fundraisers. My dad passed when I was 10, and she never remarried. Said she was done with men and wanted to focus on raising me. We didn't have much, but she made our little house feel warm. What I didn't know was that beneath all that normalcy, there was a truth she spent decades burying. When she passed last year, I was 28 and handling everything alone. Sorting her belongings, organizing the memorial, the paperwork, all of it. I thought it would be simple. But one day, while cleaning out her bedroom closet, I found a locked wooden box tucked behind her winter coats. Inside was a stack of old letters, yellowed and brittle, addressed to someone named Michael. Every envelope was stamped from cities across the country: Boston, Atlanta, Denver. The handwriting looked familiar. It was hers, but she'd never mentioned anyone named Michael. At first, I thought maybe it was an old boyfriend. But when I opened one of the letters, my heart dropped. The first line read, "I can't forgive myself for leaving you. I wish I could tell our son the truth." Our son. For a moment, I just sat there staring at those words. Our son. That had to mean me, right? I tore through the rest of the letters, and each one was more heartbreaking than the last. She wrote about giving up a child with a man she loved, about fear, pressure, and the deal she couldn't refuse. There were hints of someone powerful, a name redacted, scribbled out in pen, and talk of a threat that forced her to run and start over. The last letter had a return address in Nashville, postmarked only 6 months before she died. It simply said, "If I don't make it, please forgive me. He deserves to know the truth now." I couldn't let it go. I hired a private investigator, and after weeks of searching, he found something shocking. My birth certificate had been altered. My mom's original surname wasn't the one on record, and my biological father wasn't listed anywhere. It took months of digging through state archives and DNA testing, but I finally found him, Michael, the man from the left. He wasn't dead, as she'd told me. He lived 2 states away in North Carolina, retired from the military. When I finally reached out, his first words were, "I've been waiting for this call for 30 years. He told me everything. My mom had worked as a nurse at an Air Force base when she met him. They fell in love, but he was already married. When his wife found out, she threatened to ruin my mom's career and expose her publicly. My mom, terrified and pregnant, agreed to disappear. Under one condition: she could never contact him or reveal who I really was. She moved to Vermont, changed her name, and raised me alone, carrying that secret until her last breath. When I asked him why he never came for us, his voice broke. She told me to let her go, that it was safer that way, but I never stopped looking. We've met several times since. It's strange, seeing pieces of myself in someone I never knew existed the same eyes, same laugh. My mom's letters now sit framed on my desk. Reminders of a love story buried by fear, but not forgotten. And sometimes, I still hear her voice in my head saying, "Some secrets aren't meant to protect themselves, they're meant to protect the ones we love." I used to resent her for keeping it from me, but now I understand. She didn't take her secret to the grave to deceive me, she took it there to save me. And in a way, by finding the truth, I think I finally brought her peace.